3, 2, 1. This is Deducter bringing you set 5 of KD versus Woongjin Pro League Playoffs. The series even up to 2-2. And in this set, we have Soulkey versus Flash. This is going to be exciting. I would say Flash is the purple Terran at the 5 o'clock position, and Soulkey is the Teal Zerg at the 1 o'clock position on the map Circuit Breakers. Flash, again, looking a bit bored here. Perhaps he does not think too highly of Soulkey. Soulkey looking focused, on the other hand. He knows he's up against Flash, absolutely dominating Terran player. Wow, what more is there to be said about Flash? I could pour on the superlatives, but there's a little point. He knows he's accomplished everything that he needs to. This is not going to be Flash versus Free, it looks like, and I still cannot remember the name of that map, where there was a base behind the main, and it was very easy to triple expand as any race. And for the love of I just can't remember the name of that map, even though I can see the map in my head. For some reason, I'm sure the name will come back to me sooner or later. Anyway, Soulkey is going to have a scouting advantage in the sense that his Overlord has gone in the correct direction. Flash sees it, he'll also know where Soulkey is. And there's someone who E equals MC with a lot of exclamation marks. I do not know what that means. That truly baffles me. Perhaps it's some sort of inside joke. It's gotta be what it is. Anyway, Barracks going down here for Flash. He may go for the Racks into expansion build, as appears fairly standard for him. Soulkey here's hoping that he's practiced hard against Terran and he has some sort of specific anti-Flash build prepared, because there's not too much of a chance otherwise of him beating Flash, even though he has been playing well. In recent times, playing well is not going to be able to beat Flash. That is not sufficient. You have to play out of your mind, or you have to be J-Dong. It's one or the other. In fact, outside of J-Dong, I can't remember who else, what other Zerg Flash lost to in recent times. It's just J-Dong. J-Dong actually has been beating Flash pretty consistently, but none of the other Zergs seem able to touch Flash thus far. So here's hoping Soulkey can channel his inner J-Dong. That's pretty much his only chance of achieving victory here. Looks like Flash is going to see the Overlord, so he is going to scout the correct direction with his SEV. And I guess that is sort of the potential drawback of getting a lucky Overlord scan. I still think is worth it, but Flash is going to know where Soulkey is, and he's going to see what's going on. I think he'll be safe to put down his command center once he sees that this is the 2 hatchery into spawning pool sort of build, and a 3rd hatchery is going down now. So Flash almost certainly going to put down his command center now. And, the extractor is also going down, so looks like this might be a bit of a longer game. Well, at this point, it's hard to say, of course, what exactly is longer. This is not going to be 9 pool versus 14 CC. That we know. There's not going to be any sort of crazy rush or anything like that. Flash has been playing fairly infantry heavy in recent times. He's been focusing on getting a lot of barracks, 5 barracks usually out, and then mass producing a lot of infantry and just overwhelming the Zerg with an early attack. Generally, Zergs have been incapable of coping with this outside of J-Dong. It looks like none of the other Zerg players really able to deal with it. Flash can be tricky when he wants to. He can, of course, transition to mech. Valkyrie play he's familiar with and can do it very well. Whereas the Zerg, I really am not quite sure what they can do. It seems Flash has their number these days. The Zerg tries to expand super fast, get a 3rd hatchery down very early. Flash usually can mass up enough infantry to destroy it before the 3rd hatchery is... well, I mean, the 3rd hatchery will be established, but Flash will be able to mass up enough infantry to destroy it before Swarm comes out. Really, that's critical. Once Swarm comes out, Zerg bases are essentially invincible against Terran, unless the Terran has either a lot of siege tanks or a lot of science vessels. Or the Terran get lucky and the Zerg screw up their micro somehow, you know, dashing, kill the Defiler, for instance. That's the other way. Or, famously, it was J-Dong versus Flash in the 8 MSL, was it? It was the 2nd of the JVF MSL finals. I cannot remember what the name of that was. I think it was Nate, where Jaedong held off Flash's assault. Flash had one last chance to break the front, and he did because Jaedong had Swarm out, but no units under the Swarm. I can't remember the name of that was. That was game 1 of that series. It was a series where Flash 14 CC'd all 3 games and won all 3 games. Anyway, looks like Spire here going down. However, those scenarios are very rare. Generally, the Zerg player are not so arrogant as to put down Swarm and not get at least 2 lurkers under the Swarm. That's all they need. 1 or 2 lurkers, maybe a dozen lings, and a Swarm. And there could be 30 medic marines sitting outside the Swarm, and they can do absolutely nothing. These Zerglings just trying to put on a bit of early pressure, not really going to accomplish too much. Soulkey has morphed 2 creep colonies fairly early, it seems. He is a bit concerned about break at the front, rightly so. He's not morphed them into Sunkens. He's probably going to wait. If Flash's forces are knocking at his doorstep, surely he'll have morphed them. Or rather, I should say, when Flash moves his army out, maybe then he'll morph them. But for now, there's no reason to do that just yet. Now Soulkey getting his Spire, he is going to start morphing some Mulus as soon as the Spire's finished. 9 to start with, as is standard. Flash going up to 5 barracks, as is typical for him. So now Flash perhaps going to push out a bit, and Soulkey will probably be forced to put down his 2 Sunkens sooner rather than later. Or rather, to morph them into Sunkens sooner rather than later. And now, let us see how Soulkey's micro of his units is, his control. If he can ambush Flash's forces in the middle of the map and crush it, he'll be in good position. Soulkey going to send his drone out to the 11 o'clock to put down a base there. Soulkey, I don't think he has enough Zerglings to get any sort of clever surround attack done here. Soulkey may be going to be able to pick off a Marine, but no, he would be wise to attack the natural or something with those 6 Zerglings. He's managed to get those Zerglings in a good position, but he's not used them. Oh, bit of a mistake, I have to say. And now Soulkey messing up his Mulus. Flash does not have +1 upgrade finish on his Marine, so there is a brief window. Perhaps Soulkey is going to go to attack the natural. No, Soulkey is going to get some of his forces caught a little bit, not too much damage done here. And Flash with the 2nd force of infantry. Let's see what Soulkey decides to do. Whether he attacks the natural or he tries to wipe out Flash's field army. I think Soulkey would be wise to attack the natural at this point. Flash with +1 attack upgrade finished here. Soulkey messing up all sorts of forces. He is going to attack across the bridge here to try to kill some of these medic Marines, but he's not using the Zerglings. The Zerglings coming across single file on the bridge, and all the Zerglings dying. Looks like those Mulus able to accomplish nothing. And another Mulus going down here. I fear Soulkey's chances not looking too good anymore. Usually Zerg has to get something done fast. Soulkey now trying to use the bridge as best he can to do damage. He is going to be able to do more damage to these mech Marines, but he's lost another Mulus. In the meantime, Flash's 2nd army is free to rampage across the map, just ambling their way over to the 11 o'clock base. Soulkey has 1 chance to try to crush his army. He needs to get it done here. He's rallied every single one of his units, it looks like, to try to get this done. Flash, as long as he can get up the ramp, I think will be in an okay position. Soulkey needs to mass up his forces. Flash has gotten himself up the ramp. He's also brought a 2nd army out. No, Flash is content to fight below the ramp here. He's probably waiting for his 2 armies to unite here. This is going to be a very intense here battle. Flash with his forces up the ramp, losing a few there to the Mulus attack. Now Soulkey turning his way to attack Flash's reinforcements. Flash, either he needs to execute the hatchery or reinforce his army. He is going to execute the hatchery, it looks like, killing a Hydralisk there. These Mulus flying back, desperately trying to defend. Flash streaming his reinforcements in these Marines, executing another Hydralisk, and Soulkey not doing too well, I have to say, at this point. Flash is focusing his efforts on the hatchery, and Flash with 2 armies out. Another army yet again! Soulkey able to clear out most of those mech Marines on the field there, but he's run out of Mulus, and Flash is going to be able to kill that 3rd base without an issue, it looks like. Flash has suffered some damage here. Soulkey at least inflicted some casualties, but he needed that 3rd base. At this point, Flash has a 99% chance of winning the game, I have to say, unless Soulkey can pull off a brilliant maneuver. He could have used these Lings way earlier. Now he's down to Lings and a few Mulus, it looks like. Soulkey has gone for high fast. This does not appear to be the correct response to Flash these days. And now Soulkey bringing his forces out to try to clean up Flash's infantry army on the field here. And Flash, now with infantry knocking on Soulkey's natural, he's not going to be able to break against all these lurkers, but he doesn't care. He's killed the 3rd base, and that's all that he really needed to accomplish here. Flash maneuvering his forces around the map. Soulkey, perhaps he will go for some sort of attack at Flash's natural. This could be an opportunity for him if he messes up all his lurkers and lings and tries to attack there. He may be able to accomplish something. He might be able to catch some of Flash's reinforcements here with stop lurkers. That could work very well. Nice work by Soulkey here. Going to kill a good number of Marines. And Flash going to lose an army here to the stop lurker Zergling attack. Well done here, I have to say. But Flash has 2 more armies on the field. So, I mean, more ambushes like that, or earlier, I should say, is exactly what Soulkey needed to do. Flash has army, massive infantry army here. Even though he lost one, I don't think he'll kill too much. There are more stop lurkers. Those 3 lurkers still in a stop position, possibly on top of that ramp. They can kill some more infantry here. That would be very good. Flash, I think, though, is going to be quite cautious. He is generally a very safe player, and he has a uncanny ability to sniff out hidden units. Soulkey now putting down his 3rd base again, this time at 12 o'clock position. Hopefully he can hold that. He needs to be able to hold that if he wants any sort of chance winning this game. This sort of fast infantry build, of course, does deny the Terran player science vessels for some time. Maybe Flash only with science vessel out now. I don't know whether he's actually built one by this time. Flash still has a lot of infantry. He might be transitioning to more of a mech play. Soulkey has gotten defilers out, so his chances of victory are up from 1% to perhaps 5%, or maybe, to be generous, 10% here. I just don't think he'll have the economy to compete. Soulkey with defenses at that 12 o'clock. Flash may opt to go in for an attack anyway. There are 3 lurkers and a handful of Zerglings. Flash, I don't know whether he'd be wise to sacrifice all this infantry to try to get done. He is going to send all sorts of infantry to try to finish this off. It is going to work. He's killed all those lurkers. He's going to be able to stop this 3rd base, and with that, Soulkey's chances are back down to 1%. Even with the filers, Soulkey will just be able to survive. He's not going to be able to do much against Flash. Flash would be wise to put down expansion just to be absolutely safe. There's nothing that Soulkey can do to try to break out of his base. Not really. Sure, he can swarm once or twice, but he just won't have the units to get done. This is a pretty large map. So that mine going to run into a Zergling there, and Soulkey with Lurker and the Filer and a Zergling out. These Marines are going to be able to sneak by, but there are mines. Mines are going to stop any sort of Zerg ground attack here. Now Flash pushing at the natural. I'm not sure whether this is wise. There is swarm and a lot of lurkers, so Flash is going to be forced back for now. But I don't think Flash is going to care. He needs to get some science vessels out. He's got another army. I missed that army that he has at the 11 o'clock. Somehow he still has forces there. And as long as he can get another base, I don't see what Soulkey can do. Flash will just keep pumping infantry and finish this game. Soulkey with the +1 carapace upgrade finished here. Battle here on top of this ledge. Flash is going to be forced back, but again, I don't think he cares too much. Losing some medics needlessly there. Soulkey putting down expansion at 12 o'clock yet again. Flash always able to kill the base just when it's about to be finished, giving Soulkey some sort of hope in this game. And now Flash going to lose some infantry here, carelessly so, to the lurkers. That's not too good. Flash has been slipping up in little ways like this in recent times. Uncharacteristic, I have to say, but perhaps excusable. These 3 lurkers on top of the ramp are going to be able to do a lot of damage, but Soulkey has backed them up for now. Flash with 1-1 upgrade finish on his Marines there, and those lurkers forced to retreat. Soulkey has more forces at the 12 o'clock to defend, and these lurkers getting surrounded by the vultures. Absolutely devastating. Now Flash coming in for another attack here. Gonna lose a few more infantry, but he doesn't care. He just wants to shut this base down. Soulkey now bringing forces. He needs a swarm. Okay, he's brought his defiler in. Good swarm there. Flash gonna be able to retreat his infantry a bit and stopping that expansion yet again. Soulkey's put expansion down. It looks like at his inside mineral only base, and a nice snipe with the science vessel there. That is what Soulkey needed to do. Flash gonna lose most of these infantry. It looks like. But again, I don't think Flash cares. He's got another base mining. He is free to establish whatever base he wants on the map. He has complete map control. Soulkey has been confined to his little quarter of the map for some time now. Flash pointing out all sorts of factories. He is transitioning to more of a mech build. These units can do nothing against all these mines. There are no Hydras to clear the mines, no Overlords to spot them. I don't think Soulkey can afford units to do so. frankly, this is just going to be a matter of time before Flash wins and KT is up 3-2. And things, well, Woongjin can always bring out Free to try to get some sort of win and then force an ace match, which the series may very well go to. But again, I am not liking Soulkey's chances in this game. 1%, I have to say, 1% chance of winning. I don't think it matters too much. Flash could throw these vultures against lurkers if he wants to right now. He's got a lot of vultures out on the field. If he can sneak those vultures in and execute drones, it'll be yet more devastation that Soulkey cannot afford. And scan here, perhaps Flash going to go in for another attack. No, he's just going to radiate some units. Soulkey, if he can somehow get up 2 more bases and that defiantly getting executed, and these vulture is going to get destroyed by lurkers finally. Looks like these lurkers are going to die. And Flash with 3 more vultures, they're maybe going to lay some mines and try to execute drones. That is what he's going to do. He also needs to snipe that defiler. He's managed to do that. There are 2 lurkers under swarm there. The Flash with enough infantry going to execute this hatchery yet again. And with these vultures killing drones here at the mineral-only base. Oh, this is just sad. Soulkey losing lurkers in the middle of the field. There's a Flash now playing down all sorts of expansions. I wasn't paying attention to the mini-map, but he's put down, it looks like, 3 more expansions. So that, in addition to his 3 bases there, is going to put Flash up to 6. And then Flash is just going to crush Soulkey 6 bases to 3. Not really going to be much of a contest here. And Soulkey, I mean, I guess he's trying. And just looking at the game, he is really trying here, but it's just not going to be good enough. All these Zerglings are going to die against all these mines. So many Zerg units dead here. Flash, I mean, he's GG coming from Soulkey after that. Yeah, I mean, he knows he's lost. Well played by Flash, I have to say, crushing yet another Zerg. And Soulkey not able to get it done. KT up 3-2. Flash looking very pleased. Good for